Sri Lanka is witnessing extraordinary scenes today as the Air Force releases gripping new footage from ongoing rescue missions across the island. The images show helicopters hovering low over flood-swamped villages, winch cables swinging in the wind, and terrified residents clinging to rooftops as water races beneath them. According to emergency officials, the death toll from the floods and landslides has now climbed to 56, with at least 21 people still missing. And much of the rescue effort is now concentrated in the north-central district of Anuradhapura, where entire hamlets have been cut off by surging floodwaters. In the newly released video, Air Force teams can be seen lowering harnesses to families stranded for more than 24 hours, including elderly villagers and children who had taken shelter in treetops after their homes were swept away. The wind from Cyclone Ditwah continues to whip across the plains, making every extraction a battle against time and against the elements. On the ground in Colombo, the situation is no less dramatic. Footage from the capital shows residents wading through chest-deep water, holding plastic bags over their heads, while others use barrels, refrigerators, even broken doors as makeshift rafts to navigate submerged streets. A sobering reminder of how quickly the cyclone transformed everyday life into a fight for survival. Officials say the rain bands trailing Cyclone Ditwah are still pushing into low-lying areas, forcing rescue crews to work round the clock. At one point, 3 simultaneous helicopter sorties were launched to reach a cluster of villages where distress calls had abruptly stopped after communications failed. When rescuers finally made visual contact, they found families signaling with white cloth, trapped between rising waters and collapsing riverbanks. The Air Force describes conditions as extremely hazardous. Pilots are navigating low visibility, unpredictable wind shears, and narrow landing zones carved out only by the floodwater itself. Yet despite these dangers, teams have managed to airlift dozens of people to safety since dawn. Meanwhile, relief boats are moving through areas where helicopters can't operate, weaving through broken bridges, uprooted trees, and floating debris. Some of the most dramatic onboard footage shows soldiers pulling a man from the water moments after he was swept downstream, barely conscious, clinging to a branch. He survived. Across the island, thousands have now taken refuge in temporary shelters. Aid workers say the immediate priority is getting dry rations, drinking water, and medical supplies to isolated pockets that have not yet been reached. Meteorologists warn that although Cyclone Ditwah has moved past Sri Lanka, its aftermath is far from over. Heavy rains may persist for another day, and with river levels still rising, authorities fear fresh evacuations may need to be needed. But for now, the focus is squarely on the skies and on the teams risking their lives to save others. Every clip, every rescue, every signal from the ground tells the story of a nation confronting disaster with extraordinary courage. And as more footage emerges, the scale of both the destruction and the heroism becomes unmistakably clear.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.